Come in, friends. The door is open. Won't you sit down? No, not there. Sit by the fire. Let the bristling flames warm you. It is chilly in here, as if the cold air of death were in the room. The door is closed. The demons are ready. Clutch your chair. You are trapped in the Chamber of Chills.
All the stories we tell are true. We believe in ghosts. Do you?
Bad evening. Tonight's story is called Horrific Repercussions, Part 2, brought to you by The Bat. Last week, Spencer Bradley was talking about how he felt pressured to reach into his precious imagination and birth perverse horror to entertain the mindless masses. You will recall him speaking about a director and his outline. It wasn't my idea, but something based on an outline that was given to me by my director. It had to do with a barista being kidnapped from work and being filmed as they were dismembered from the waist down for the sadistic pleasure of some demented freak, all while still alive and suffering immensely. I remember wishing for something, anything to take me away from that occupation. That's when I heard a tapping against the window by the front door. A chill ran down my spine, and I shot my eyes over to the front of the house, where a specter of unbridled fear awaited my perception. There was someone standing in the window, but they had no face. There was only the silhouette of a person holding an axe of shadow, yet I could see their glimmering teeth bared in an unnatural, unmoving grin. They had no eyes, but I felt their gaze pierce my soul. They raised their axe and slowly tapped it against the window pane once again. I was frozen, petrified, my heart racing out of my chest. Then, from the window by the back door, more tapping, quickened and intensely loud, and when I looked over, I saw another person staring at me, again with no face, only the shadow of a human shape and demonic teeth. Suddenly feeling surrounded and trapped, I panicked and ran into my bedroom, slamming the door shut and locking it. I cursed this cheap hovel I was living in, as there weren't even blinds on the window in my bedroom. I had nothing I could do other than huddle on the ground and cower like a child in the corner. For a moment, the tense silence that hovered over me was almost unbearable. But it was not long before it was broken by the sharp, invasive sound of an axe tapping against the glass just above my head. To my utter terror, when I lifted my face to see who was at my window this time, it was not one, not two, but 6 demonic silhouettes peering in, each of them the same impossible color of pure void, broken only by teeth, except as I looked back at them now, it was as if they stole my eyes. In an instant, 2 holes split open over each of their concrete grins, and from these holes in the void, eyes the color of blood spouted and looked down upon me. The one with the shadow of the axe raised their weapon high into the air, ready to strike. I yelped involuntarily and shielded my face by burying into my knees and covered my head with my hands. I heard the glass shatter, I felt the shards pelt me, and I could see their shadows through my eyelids, climbing into the sanctity of my room to grab me and drag me to the depths of hell to burn for eternity. But then, nothing happened. I continued to draw breath somehow. I forced myself to lift my head and open my eyes, and then I saw it. The nothing. Nothing had happened. The window was still intact, and there was nobody outside. The initial wave of relief from knowing that I was safe was quickly overturned by the realization that I had imagined the entire thing. I had to accept in that moment that I was going insane. This was just the first of many psychotic episodes through which I was bound to suffer. Even now, hours later, my heart is still on edge and my hands still tremor. I feel sick to my stomach, sick in the head, and I feel like I cannot trust anyone or anything. It might just be some illusion fabricated by my mind. The only thing I can trust are the words I write, and even then, I know that they are at least part of the reason that I am in this condition. Still, I feel as though I have no other options. My only hope is that I can accomplish some semblance of peace with this letter and the ones that shall follow it. Perhaps if I confess my sins in this format, I may find a direction out of this trap. Horrific Repercussions was written by Jesse James Bond.